I'm always looking for opportunities. I always have. I think, as I've explained some of our journey in property, um, I've, I've often always been looking so that I can be on the next page, be on the next step ahead, know where the business is going, have a bit of focus, and I think we've identified sites and found opportunities on all the usual platforms, whether it be Rightmove, whether it be a local agent, whether it be a local farmer, or a friend recommending, or a tradesman even recommending an opportunity or something that they'd heard in their village. But I think one of the key processes that we've utilised within, while trying to keep one step ahead, is the option agreements. While I was at university, one of the modules while I was studying building surveying was on options and how you can agree the purchase of a piece of land subject to conditions, with a minimal down payment, and then you're responsible for then the ongoing costs in delivering that outcome. And it really resonated with me, and we've acquired 3-4 parcels of land under that sort of structure, and it really worked for us when we've been in a very capital intense industry. We've been able to make our funds go that little bit further and to sort of safeguard our future sites through the option agreement. We go about appraising a project or a site the same way that most people do. Even back when it was a refurb, you look at your costs and then look at the sale value and then work out where the offer can be. And it's very much the same way. I mean, back in the day, it used to be very much on the back of a fag packet or on a piece of paper. I'd write down the bill costs, the finance costs, and try and forecast what they'll be, and then include a bit for profit, as you know, and then that would appraise what that land value is. As we journeyed a little bit more, we've had a little bit more data to plug into that formula, so we can be a little bit more guided with the cost of delivery, because we can know how much we can bill for per square foot, and how much service costs cost, and the other bits and pieces, that we can have a bit more of a structured and accurate approach to the appraisal, but that's come with a bit of time. In the past, we've kind of felt as though we had the dregs of the market. The opportunities that we had access to were coming sometimes from Rightmove, sometimes the properties that felt as though they'd been around for quite some time online or on the portals, and we were trying to come up with creative ways to make them work or to make them viable. And I think that helped us as a business, to be creative in our approach, and also to get a bit of experience and to have some deliverable projects that we could use as a case study to the bank when we were looking for raising funds on the next project. So to say we had non-negotiables, I guess we had none to begin with, because we really just wanted to prove ourselves and create a bit of traction. Nowadays, and with our future projections and ambitions as a business, I think scale's probably come into play a little bit more. We've looked at, as an organisation, we have ongoing costs now, and there's people in the office and members of staff that we need to account for. So scale's become a need for us. We were looking at the tasks to deliver a site, if you like. So connection to the services, Section 278 applications for the bell mouth into the carriageway, and other costs whereby they'd be the same if you were doing 1 or 2 units or 20 or 30 units. And as we looked at that, and even the efficiencies of the site personnel and the site manager on site, I was modelled it out the once, and we looked at a site of 10 units and what the period of time was where all the trades are on site at peak capacity, if you like, and it's like a 3 or 4 week window. If you've got 10 or 20 more units to deliver, that flat line and peak capacity of all the trades on site will drag out to 6 or 7 months. And that came as a bit of a revelation to us as we were looking at our costs, because it costs as much to get going, and when you reach peak capacity on site, you're almost then coming down to looking at leaving site and taking personnel off site. So that was where we started to look at scale.